So we're going to be upscaling this image today in Topaz Gigapixel version 8, and it's been generated in Flux AI, and I'll put a link to the prompt in the description below in case you want to check out something like that for yourself. So the original size here is 1344 by 768, so a fairly standard output for something like Flux. I'm going to go into the top right corner here and choose our upscale factor, and I'm going to do 4 times upscale for this one. And let's just bring this more into view. So because this is quite a good starting point for the upscaler, it's a reasonably large size for a low-res image, of course, nice clean output from something like Flux. Then the model comparison here I want to use, the basic models, I'm going to choose the A/B compare mode, and I'm going to choose between standard or high fidelity on this one, and that's just because it's a reasonably high quality starting point with not many sort of artifacts or anything like that on it. It's quite a clean output, so it's unlikely I would gain anything from using any of the other models for this particular image. So standard V2 on the left and high fidelity V2 on the right. Normally when I compare these models, I'm looking at things like fine textures like skin pores, hairs, you know, material textures, things like that. This is a bit more of a soft, it's more of a soft sort of textures here. There isn't anything too gritty or anything too granular on here, so I'm just taking a look at some of the main elements here, maybe like the details of the zip here and the, you know, and the clothing in general, and just overall texture really. And there's not a huge difference. I'm noticing that high fidelity V2 tends to preserve some of the detail sharpness a little bit more, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on the texture at hand and the image. Sometimes it can enhance things or sort of embellish things that you might not necessarily want, but they're so close on this one. I'm just going to choose high fidelity V2, click apply model, and I'll just update the preview. Now I've got some additional controls here. If I skip over the generative models section, because we're not using that here, we've got the model settings, sharpen, denoise, and fix compression. Now I think in this case this could do with a bit of a sharpen. I'm not going to go crazy because sharp elements like the zip details down here on like this zipper, the main part, the track, I don't know what it's called, but where you've got all the teeth, the zipper there, they're already pretty sharp. So if I over sharpen this, those elements are going to get a little bit over processed and start to look bad. So I'd rather be more subtle with the sharpening at this stage, and then you can always sharpen more selectively in a photo editor sort of after the fact. So now I've got that done. Denoise, I don't really think there's much I want to denoise. If I click my mouse button and hold down, it'll show the before version. So there's like the before, and then I'll let go and it shows the processed upscale version, which doesn't look too different, but that's a good thing because remember we're upscaling this 4 times, so the fact that the after version doesn't look too different from the original means that the software's done a great job of upscaling this while preserving and even slightly enhancing some of the details. But if we want to get another viewpoint on this, we can go down to the preview buttons here, and we can choose like a side-by-side preview. I'm going to zoom out slightly to get more of a holistic view. And we haven't really got that much difference visually, which I said is a good thing. When you're upscaling in something like Gigapixel 8 and you've got a pretty good starting point, you don't want it to look drastically different in the upscale. You want the upscale to kind of preserve the original details as much as possible. That's the point of an upscaler like Gigapixel. Now the generative model section, which is new in version 8, lets you play around with more creative upscaling, so things like Magnific AI, Career.ai, and other services like that I've been doing for a while. I'm not going to use that on this image, and I don't think that it necessarily offers the best results either compared to other services. And unless you've got a really good computer so you can run it locally, you might end up using a lot of cloud credits, which is going to burn through your money pretty quickly. So we're not going to touch on that for this. But fixed compression, I might put this up a tiny little bit. I don't think there's really any compression to worry about in the original anyway. Let's go back to 100% and go back to full screen. And if we just drag the main sort of skull to the center and we hold down the left mouse button now and get a before and after, We can see that it's sharpened up some of the nice little highlights. Look at the back of the collar here, at the back of the jacket collar. If I click and hold to the before view, you'll see this little sharp specular highlight here just go sort of fuzzy and nondescript. And also all the skull cracks, I can't remember the actual proper term for them, I'm afraid, but like these that are glowing with neon on this, obviously on the original at this size, they're all sort of fuzzy and aliased and just not looking very good. So I think that's done a great job of upscaling this particular image and preserving all of its good qualities.